Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCode Sports System. Here we developed automated systems to help you win. It doesn't matter what sport you're betting on. We've got everything for you right here. We're going to get into some NBA action for Monday, December 22nd. Before we do, I'm going to invite you to join. And you'll have access to the VIP Club section. Again, it has all these tools, numerous tools here to help you make your picks. I'm going to stick to this board right here, which has all the games for the day. And we're going to get started. There are 7 games for the day. We're going to look at 4 of them. The first one is down here. I can't even find the first game. It's down here. Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets. So you see here, Utah is average down. They're 3-3 over the last 6, and Denver is burning hot, 6-0 over the last 6, and they have the second best record in the Western Conference. You see here that the teams are trending in games over the line. In fact, 10 out of the last 12 games combined have been over, and the score prediction has a total points of 229 with 80% confidence in that prediction. And this changes a lot because when I just wrote this up a short time ago, this number was different. So check back frequently to get that score prediction. The Power Ranks indicator shows Denver is at plus 28. Well, Utah dipped from 16 down to plus 9 just over the last few days. A couple other things we want to look at is Denver is 8-4 at home, and Utah is a mere 3-8 on the road. And the Nuggets have a huge scoring differential edge of plus 9.4 to minus 7.2. If we take a look at the volatility oscillator, this shows how consistent the teams are with regard to their favorite underdog status. And you can see both teams are Denver at plus 12 and Utah right now at plus 9 in that category. So in the end, I like Denver to win this one. I think it's going to be pretty much an easy win, double-digit win in a high-scoring game going over the line. Okay, next one we want to look at is Memphis and Oklahoma City. The Thunder, if anybody's been following the NBA at all, we know that the Thunder have been pretty much lights out. They've only lost 2 games all year. They're 25-2. Memphis, on the other hand, is down a lot lower in the standings, but they are burning hot at the moment. Winners of 4 out of the last 6. So if we look at the over-under trend, you can see that Memphis has been trending in games under the line 4 out of the last 6, while Oklahoma City has been trending in games over the line 4 out of the last 6. We're going to look at the Power Ranks indicator again, and not surprised that Oklahoma City is at the top, or very near the top as they've been all season long. They're at plus 27. Well, I can see Memphis has been on a gradual upward trend. They had a little downward dip for a short time, but they're at the highest point that they've been all season at plus 18. The score prediction has Oklahoma City by 8 points, with confidence at around 77%. If you look at the head-to-head matchups, the teams did meet back on November the 9th, and it was Oklahoma City by 14 on the road. And here's a big thing to show how dominant the Thunder have been this season. They have a plus 16.9 scoring differential. It's plus 16.9, blowing out teams, and Memphis is minus 0.8. And the Thunder is a perfect 13-0 at home. They will lose at some point this season at home. It's not going to be this one. Let's go by a double-digit win in a game over the line. Detroit at Portland, Orlando at Golden State. This is the next one we're going to look at. And this is a pretty very interesting matchup because both these teams are very well matched. You look at this team. Look at this here. Both teams are ice cold down. Both 2-4 over the last 6. Both teams have been under the line in 4 out of the last 6 games. And how close is this? Golden State 123, Orlando 120 as a score prediction. Very, very close in the score prediction. If we look at the Power Ranks indicator, Orlando is on the downward trend, as is Golden State, with Orlando with a plus 16 to plus 8 edge in that department. Orlando is 5th in the Eastern Conference, while Golden State is 9th in the Western Conference. If you look at a couple other things, the Warriors are 7-4 at home. Orlando is only 5-8 on the road, so 3 games under 500 on the road. There's only a 2.2 point differential edge in favor of the Magic. They were at plus 3.3 for the season, and Golden State is plus 1.1. If we take a look at a couple other things, let's take a look at the volatility oscillator. If you look at this, you can see both teams are moderately stable, meaning that they're consistently performing with regard to their favorite underdog status. You can see Orlando plus 3, Golden State plus 2. The Warriors were higher than that just a couple weeks ago at plus 5, but they've been less consistent over the last couple of weeks. So in the end, though, I like this to be the Warriors simply because they're playing at home. It's pretty much a toss-up game, but give the Warriors the edge at home. And I'm going to go lower scoring, so go under the line on this one. And there should be one more game here, unless I missed it somewhere along the way. Let's see, I did the Thunder. We did the Jazz and the Nuggets. Yeah, I guess we did all the games. I thought we'd missed one of the games, but anyway, you can look at any one of these games that you like. Oh, actually, there was one, Indiana and Boston. We did not look at Indiana and Boston. I know there was one we didn't look at. So Indiana and Boston. Right now, Indiana is ice cold down, just 2-4 over the last 6. Boston is average 4-2 over the last 6 games. And interesting is the over/under streak. You see the over/under. Boston, the last 2 have been under, but the previous 4 were over, whereas Indiana has been under in 4 out of the last 6. And the score prediction total of 219 points right here with confidence of 86% would likely be an under game. Now, we don't have the line yet, but take a look at that and take a look at this as it gets closer to game time. On the power ranks indicator, Boston is at plus 21. Indiana is sitting here at plus 3 after being at a high of plus 10 just a week ago. On the volatility oscillator, how stable the teams are, the consistency factor, Indiana much more consistent at plus 13, although Boston is pretty consistent as well at plus 6. They've been sitting at that plus 6 mark since December the 11th. So the only other thing we want to look at here is the scoring differential edge, and this is in favor of Boston by a wide margin, plus 5.4 to minus 7.8. I mean, after all, Indiana has the second worst record in the Eastern Conference. So and Boston is 8-5 at home, and Indiana is only 1-11 on the road. So this should be an easy Boston win at home, probably by 10 or more points, but I'm going to pass on the over/under. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the games in the NBA for December 22nd. Happy betting and see you next time.